Welcome back to GearWire.com. I'm Owen O'Malley. This is the Blackstar HT-1RH. It is a 1-watt all-tube head from Blackstar. It's basically the amp for folks who think that the HT5 was too loud. The HT1 makes use of two very small dual triode tubes. The ECC83, more commonly known in the US as a 12AX7, and that's a preamp tube, and that's a pretty commonly used preamp tube. But then it gets its 1 watt of power from an ECC82, also known as a 12AU7, a less commonly used tube in, well, in musical instrument amplifiers like this. It's more commonly found in sort of hi-fi amplifiers. But the 12AU7, or the ECC82, is arranged in a push-pull power amplifier circuit. And without going into any explanation as to what that means, in a very simple sense, that means it's the same sort of power amplifier topology as a 50-watt or a 100-watt tube head. And as you can hear, you get distortion characteristics, harmonic content that is strikingly similar to a large all-tube head, a powerful all-tube head. Right now we've got the HT-1RH pushing the HT-110 extension cabinet, which is a single 10-inch Celestion-loaded closed-back cabinet. The HT-1RH also comes in a combo version, and there's a bunch of different smaller extension cabinets that you get in combination with the head. There's also a non-reverb head. The R in this model designator stands for reverb, and there's also a non-reverb combo. This head, the HT-1RH, retails for about $250, and it makes a really excellent home recording amplifier or practice amplifier. Let's take a closer look at the controls on the front panel. So this is the front panel on the HT-1RH. I've switched guitars. I'm now playing a Gretsch Electromatic hollow body, so very different sounding pickups. And I'm on the clean channel here. You switch channels with this little push button. You can hear the static popping up when we're in the gain channel. And right now I've got our master volume right here all the way up, and I've got our gain sort of down a bit, and you can hear that the signal is actually pretty clean. Now on the clean channel, if I turn the gain up, I can get a little dirt. That's actually a lot of dirt. Let's bring it back. So at just over 50%, we get a nice little bit of breakup. Let's switch to the bridge pickup. So nice. Let's go over to the neck pickup and let's bring up the reverb on this guy. Now the 1H does not come with the reverb channel, but the 1RH does come with this lovely reverb. Now let's crank the reverb all the way up. So nice range, really nice sounding reverb there. We're going to leave our master volume all the way up here. This is the ISF, it's, the infinite shape control, and this is your only EQ really on here. Right now it's all the way to the left, which is the USA style amplifier. Let's switch back to our bridge pickup. Now as we turn the ISF to the right, let's turn it all the way, and now this is your British sounding amp. Here it's a lot more mid-range, a lot hunkier, sort of a more focused tone from a frequency spectrum point of view. kind of get any tone in between those two. So even though there's only this one little knob here, it is a pretty decent range of tones. All right, let's switch over to the dirty channel. Now this infinite shape control comes in handy, especially when you're tracking, because it lets you double guitar parts with sort of drastically different sounding amp tones, even without switching guitars. Let's just play a simple little riff and I'll show you what I mean. 1, 2, 3. Over on the right side is our guitar input. In addition to the guitar input, we have an MP3 or line input. So when you're using this as a practice amp, you can jam along with pre-recorded tunes. You've also got an emulated output, which is doubles as your headphone output. So that's for use as a practice amp, but it's also for use when recording, and even 1 watt is too loud for your neighbors to deal with. So if you're just demoing things, you can still make use of the lovely tube front end by using this emulated speaker output. On the back of this guy, there is just an 8 ohm speaker out. So you can use that to drive any number of cabinets, any number of 8 ohm cabinets with this 1 watt head. Lovely. So before we go, let's just play one more type of guitar through this amp. This is a Squier vintage modified Jaguar with Seymour Duncan designed humbuckers. Now we're on the clean channel here, and you can see, well maybe you can't see, but the gain is right at about 50%. And even at the clean channel, we've got some breakup. It's high output humbuckers. So let's switch over to the gain channel. We've got our ISF over towards British. Now let's move our ISF over to American. So that is the Blackstar HT-1RH, one of the nicest practice amps you can own. 1 watt, all tube head, phenomenal recording amp. I mean, really great tones out of this bedroom quiet amp, depending on how many people share your bedroom with you. You've been watching GearWire.com. I'm Owen O'Malley, I think. Goodbye.